What I love about Hammonton the most is the people that live here.
The people? The people are fantastic.
La calidad de las personas.
The way the community gets together.
It seemed like a sense of community.
Yeah, strong sense of community.
I love how sincere everyone in Hammonton is.
We're also rooted in tradition here.
The traditions among the town.
The arts.
Activities and sports.
The bar and restaurant scene.
Events.
Friends and families.
The small town feel of Hammonton.
I would love to see Hammonton have more biking trails.
I feel like we need to expand more on the arts.
There can be more inclusivity with everybody.
I'd like to see the diversity continue.
More outdoor dining.
More playground equipment that's updated.
Accessible playgrounds and open spaces.
Downtown, they should have more stores and stuff, for people to go in.
More police officers on duty at night.
Even more artists.
I would like to see movies either here.
Más eventos comerciales.
More people here need to get more involved.
I think it's important to get involved.
It would be nice to see more people involved because it really is a wonderful town.
Hammonton Heart and Soul is Grassroots, an apolitical project that aims to connect people with what they love about where they live. A small group of Hammonton volunteers have worked collectively to help get this project going. We've been around town chatting with residents and having candid conversations, asking what their hopes and dreams are for the future of Hammonton. We want to collect more stories. We want your story. And we are intentionally seeking out the voices of those who are rarely heard. We seek to first determine what matters to the people of Hammonton and then use this information to steer change rather than simply respond to it. Through Heart and Soul, we hope to be able to identify the qualities that Hammonton residents really treasure. The people, the places, the experiences that make us who we are. We are just beginning our work, and we want to hear from many more of you. Once we collect and review the information, we will use this data as a launching pad for local businesses, community leaders, and organizations to steer the course of our collective future. We aim to grow in a manner that Hammonton residents will embrace and trust. We ask you to consider participating in Heart and Soul and share your insights with us. Help us to build a home we love. Together, we can help create change to make Hammonton better for all of us.
Hammonton Heart and Soul es un proyecto sin fines políticos que tiene como objetivo conectar a las personas con lo que aman sobre donde viven. un pequeño grupo de voluntarios de Hammonton que han trabajado colectivamente para ayudar a poner en marcha este proyecto. Actualmente estamos realizando entrevistas para poder involucrar a los residentes en conversaciones sobre sus esperanzas para el futuro de nuestra ciudad. Esperamos involucrar a todos en nuestra comunidad y estamos buscando intencionalmente las voces de aquellos que rara vez se escuchan. Buscamos primero determinar lo que le importa a la gente de Hammonton y luego usar esta información para dirigir el cambio en lugar de simplemente responder a él. A través de Heart and Soul, esperamos poder identificar las cualidades que los residentes de Hammonton realmente valoran, la gente, los lugares, las experiencias que nos hacen ser quienes somos. Que realizamos más entrevistas y escuchamos a muchos más residentes de Hammonton. Una vez que recopilemos y revisemos la información, utilizaremos estos datos como plataforma de lanzamiento para que las empresas locales, los líderes comunitarios y las organizaciones dirijan el curso de nuestro futuro colectivo. Nuestro objetivo es crecer de una manera que los residentes de Hammonton acepten y confíen. Le pedimos que considere participar en Heart and Soul y comparta sus ideas con nosotros. Ayúdanos a construir una comunidad que amemos.
Welcome to Kramer Hall. With a variety of course offerings, public programs, and continuing education opportunities, Kramer Hall is the ideal location for you to continue your academic journey. My name is Christina Birchler, and I have the pleasure of serving as the director of Stockton University's campus here in Hammonton.
And my name is Nick Zabrowski, and I'm in charge of student and community programming.
My experience at Kramer Hall has been excellent. So as the director of the Master's Program in Counseling here at Stockton, all of our classes are held exclusively here at Kramer Hall. The staff are super attentive, and we often say this is our own little family and this is our home.
Even though it's just one building, I wasn't really sure what I was going to expect, but the staff is always so nice. I say hi to literally every single person I see. I always feel so welcomed and warm when I'm here. It's just a really good environment to learn in.
I would say definitely how close-knit the town is. There's a lot of little shops, bakeries, and everything that it's a little town to explore, which I think is really cute.
So my experience at Kramer Hall, it's been amazing. I absolutely love this area. I don't have to fight over parking, which is amazing. And you know, it's more compact. There's not a lot of people, so it feels more homey and yeah, more cohesive.
I think just the environment in general. I love the art. I love everything that's kind of comforting about it. And like I said, it's really nice to come somewhere that you just feel safe. You feel safe leaving, you feel safe coming. It's just a really nice environment.
It's like an intimate setting. I can find my professors when I want to. There's this awesome guy named Nick. He's just always there. He's on the ball, easily accessible.
It's been wonderful. For example, everyone's been supportive of me. When I was trying to get into a practicum, all the teachers reached out to me, and I just thought that was a wonderful thing. I didn't even have to reach out to them. They all reached out to me. It just blew my mind.
I like the small city feel, so everyone feels like they know each other. You know, the local shops are all so wonderful and so friendly, and it's just such a nice experience exploring the town and really showing what, you know, Hammonton has to offer.
We're here for you.
Take a class.
Visit our art galleries.
Use the computer lab.
Study in some of our quiet spaces.
Meet with your clubs and organizations.
Or attend a free workshop.
There's always room for you at Kramer Hall.
What I love about Hammonton the most is the people that live here.
The people? The people are fantastic.
La calidad de las personas.
The way the community gets together.
It seemed like a sense of community.
Yeah, strong sense of community.
I love how sincere everyone in Hammonton is.
We're also rooted in tradition here.
The traditions among the town,
The arts.
activities and sports.
The bar and restaurant scene.
Events.
Friends and families.
The small town feel of Hammonton.
I would love to see Hammonton have more biking trails.
I feel like we need to expand more on the arts.
There can be more inclusivity with everybody.
I'd like to see the diversity continue.
More outdoor dining.
More playground equipment that's updated.
Accessible playgrounds and open spaces.
Downtown, they should have more stores and stuff, for people to go in.
More police officers on duty at night.
Even more artists.
I would like to see movie theater here.
Más eventos comerciales.
More people here need to get more involved.
I think it's important to get involved.
It would be nice to see more people involved because it really is a wonderful town.
Hammonton Heart and Soul is grassroots, an apolitical project that aims to connect people with what they love about where they live. A small group of Hammonton volunteers have worked collectively to help get this project going. We've been around town chatting with residents and having candid conversations, asking what their hopes and dreams are for the future of Hammonton. We want to collect more stories. We want your story. And we are intentionally seeking out the voices of those who are rarely heard. We seek to first determine what matters to the people of Hammonton and then use this information to steer change rather than simply respond to it. Through Heart and Soul, we hope to be able to identify the qualities that Hammonton residents really treasure. The people, the places, the experiences that make us who we are. We are just beginning our work, and we want to hear from many more of you. Once we collect and review the information, we will use this data as a launching pad for local businesses, community leaders, and organizations to steer the course of our collective future. We aim to grow in a manner that Hammonton residents will embrace and trust. We ask you to consider participating in Heart and Soul and share your insights with us. Help us to build a home we love. Together, we can help create change to make Hammonton better for all of us.
Hammonton Heart and Soul es un proyecto sin fines políticos que tiene como objetivo conectar a las personas con lo que aman sobre donde viven. un pequeño grupo de voluntarios de Hammonton que han trabajado colectivamente para ayudar a poner en marcha este proyecto. Actualmente estamos realizando entrevistas para poder involucrar a los residentes en conversaciones sobre sus esperanzas para el futuro de nuestra ciudad. Esperamos involucrar a todos en nuestra comunidad y estamos buscando intencionalmente las voces de aquellos que rara vez se escuchan. Buscamos primero determinar lo que le importa a la gente de Hammonton y luego usar esta información para dirigir el cambio en lugar de simplemente responder a él. A través de Heart and Soul, esperamos poder identificar las cualidades que los residentes de Hammonton realmente valoran, la gente, los lugares, las experiencias que nos hacen ser quienes somos. Que realizamos más entrevistas y escuchamos a muchos más residentes de Hammonton. Una vez que recopilemos y revisemos la información, utilizaremos estos datos como plataforma de lanzamiento para que las empresas locales, los líderes comunitarios y las organizaciones dirijan el curso de nuestro futuro colectivo. Nuestro objetivo es crecer de una manera que los residentes de Hammonton acepten y confíen. Le pedimos que considere participar en Heart and Soul y comparta sus ideas con nosotros. Ayúdanos a construir una comunidad que amemos.
Welcome to Kramer Hall. With a variety of course offerings, public programs, and continuing education opportunities, Kramer Hall is the ideal location for you to continue your academic journey. My name is Christina Birchler, and I have the pleasure of serving as the director of Stockton University's campus here in Hammonton.
And my name is Nick Zabrowski, and I'm in charge of Student and Community Program.
My experience at Kramer Hall has been excellent. So as the director of the master's program in counseling here at Stockton, all of our classes are held exclusively here at Kramer Hall. The staff are super attentive, and we often say this is our own little family and this is our home.
Even though it's just one building, I wasn't really sure what I was going to expect, but the staff is always so nice. I say hi to literally every single person I see. I always feel so welcomed and warm when I'm here. It's just a really good environment to learn in.
I would say definitely how close-knit the town is. There's a lot of little shops, bakeries, and everything that it's a little town to explore, which I think is really cute.
So my experience at Kramer Hall, it's been amazing. I absolutely love this area. I don't have to fight over parking, which is amazing. And it's more compact. There's not a lot of people, so it feels more homey and more cohesive.
I think just the environment in general. I love the art. I love everything that's kind of comforting about it. And like I said, it's really nice to come somewhere that you just feel safe. You feel safe leaving, you feel safe coming. It's just a really nice environment.
It's like an intimate setting. I can find my professors when I want to. There's this awesome guy named Nick. He's just always there. He's on the ball, easily accessible.
It's been wonderful. It's for example, everyone's been supportive of me. When I was trying to get into a practicum, all the teachers reached out to me, and I just thought that was a wonderful thing. I didn't even have to reach out to them. They all reached out to me. It just blew my mind.
I like the small city feel. So everyone feels like they know each other. The local shops are all so wonderful and so friendly. And it's just such a nice experience exploring the town and really showing what, Hammonton has to offer.
We're here for you.
Take a class.
Visit our art galleries.
Use the computer lab.
Study in some of our quiet spaces.
Meet with your clubs and organizations.
Or attend a free workshop.
There's always room for you at Kramer Hall.
What I love about Hammonton the most is the people that live here.
The people? The people are fantastic.
La calidad de las personas.
The way the community gets together.
It seemed like a sense of community.
Yeah, strong sense of community.
I love how sincere everyone in Hammonton is.
We're also rooted in tradition here.
The traditions among the town,
The arts.
activities and sports.
The bar and restaurant scene.
Events.
Friends and families.
The small town feel of Hammonton.
I would love to see Hammonton have more biking trails.
I feel like we need to expand more on the arts.
There could be more inclusivity with everybody.
I'd like to see the diversity continue.
More outdoor dining.
More playground equipment that's updated.
Accessible playgrounds and open spaces.
Downtown, they should have more stores and stuff, for people to go in.
More police officers on duty at night.
Even more artists.
I would like to see movie theater here.
Más eventos comerciales.
More people here need to get more involved.
I think it's important to get involved.
It would be nice to see more people involved because it really is a wonderful town.
Hammonton Heart and Soul is grassroots, an apolitical project that aims to connect people with what they love about where they live. A small group of Hammonton volunteers have worked collectively to help get this project going. We've been around town chatting with residents and having candid conversations, asking what their hopes and dreams are for the future of Hammonton. We want to collect more stories. We want your story. And we are intentionally seeking out the voices of those who are rarely heard. We seek to first determine what matters to the people of Hammonton and then use this information to steer change rather than simply respond to it. Through Heart and Soul, we hope to be able to identify the qualities that Hammonton residents really treasure. The people, the places, the experiences that make us who we are. We are just beginning our work, and we want to hear from many more of you. Once we collect and review the information, we will use this data as a launching pad for local businesses, community leaders, and organizations to steer the course of our collective future. We aim to grow in a manner that Hammonton residents will embrace and trust. We ask you to consider participating in Heart and Soul and share your insights with us. Help us to build a home we love. Together, we can help create change to make Hammonton better for all of us.
Hammonton Heart and Soul es un proyecto sin fines políticos que tiene como objetivo conectar a las personas con lo que aman sobre donde viven. un pequeño grupo de voluntarios de Hammonton que han trabajado colectivamente para ayudar a poner en marcha este proyecto. Actualmente estamos realizando entrevistas para poder involucrar a los residentes en conversaciones sobre sus esperanzas para el futuro de nuestra ciudad. Esperamos involucrar a todos en nuestra comunidad y estamos buscando intencionalmente las voces de aquellos que rara vez se escuchan. Buscamos primero determinar lo que le importa a la gente de Hammonton y luego usar esta información para dirigir el cambio en lugar de simplemente responder a él. A través de Heart and Soul, esperamos poder identificar las cualidades que los residentes de Hammonton realmente valoran, la gente, los lugares, las experiencias que nos hacen ser quienes somos. Que realizamos más entrevistas y escuchamos a muchos más residentes de Hammonton. Una vez que recopilemos y revisemos la información, utilizaremos estos datos como plataforma de lanzamiento para que las empresas locales, los líderes comunitarios y las organizaciones dirijan el curso de nuestro futuro colectivo. Nuestro objetivo es crecer de una manera que los residentes de Hammonton acepten y confíen. Le pedimos que considere participar en Heart and Soul y comparta sus ideas con nosotros. Ayúdanos a construir una comunidad que amemos.
Welcome to Kramer Hall. With a variety of course offerings, public programs, and continuing education opportunities, Kramer Hall is the ideal location for you to continue your academic journey. My name is Christina Birchler, and I have the pleasure of serving as the director of Stockton University's campus here in Hammonton.
And my name is Nick Zabrowski, and I'm in charge of student and community programming.
My experience at Kramer Hall has been excellent. So as the director of the master's program in counseling here at Stockton, all of our classes are held exclusively here at Kramer Hall. The staff are super attentive, and we often say this is our own little family and this is our home.
Even though it's just one building, I wasn't really sure what I was going to expect, but the staff is always so nice. I say hi to literally every single person I see. I always feel so welcomed and warm when I'm here. It's just a really good environment to learn in.
I would say definitely how close-knit the town is. There's a lot of little shops, bakeries, and everything that it's like a little town to explore, which I think is really cute.
So my experience at Kramer Hall, it's been amazing. I absolutely love this area. I don't have to fight over parking, which is amazing. And you know, it's more compact. There's not a lot of people, so it feels more homey and yeah, more cohesive.
I think just the environment in general. I love the art. I love everything that's kind of comforting about it. And like I said, it's really nice to come somewhere that you just feel safe. You feel safe leaving, you feel safe coming. It's just a really nice environment.
It's like an intimate setting. I can find my professors when I want to. There's this awesome guy named Nick. He's just always there. He's on the ball, easily accessible.
It's been wonderful. For example, everyone's been supportive of me. When I was trying to get into a practicum, all the teachers reached out to me, and I just thought that was a wonderful thing. I didn't even have to reach out to them. They all reached out to me. It just blew my mind.
I like the small city feel. So everyone feels like they know each other. You know, the local shops are all so wonderful and so friendly. And it's just such a nice experience exploring the town and really showing what, you know, Hammonton has to offer.
We're here for you.
Take a class.
Visit our art galleries.
Use the computer lab.
Study in some of our quiet spaces.
Meet with your clubs and organizations.
Or attend a free workshop.
There's always room for you at Kramer Hall.
All right, we're going to turn the mics on here. Everybody have a seat, please. Everybody have a seat, please. We're going to turn the mics on and start the meeting. All right, everybody have a seat, please. We're live on Channel 9. Hammonton's hearing you. So if everybody could just please. All right. Hammonton, good evening. This is our December 18th meeting. It's about 7 p.m. Roll call, please, Frank.
Councilperson for Joni?
Here.
Gribben?
Here.
Oliva?
Here.
R. Rodeo?
Here.
S. Rodeo?
Here.
Woolerman?
Here.
Mayor DiDonato?
Here.
Present also Mike Malinsky, Town Solicitor, Robert Batiste, Public Works Manager, Mark Herman of ARH, Town Engineer. Notice this meeting has been posted and given to official newspapers. Please familiarize yourself with the fire exits to the right and rear of council chambers. Please do not proceed beyond the front benches without an invitation from the mayor to do so. Also, each person who wishes to address council will be allotted 5 minutes.
As you notice, we have the championship Hawks varsity team here with us this evening. And if you could turn around in the varsity team and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Turn around. Ready? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay. Councilman Oliva, I think you have a presentation if you'd like to get to the mic.
Thank you. Now this is something really cool. So before I'm going to swing all the way over here. Before I get started and say a few things, I just want to, let's just have a round of applause for our team here today. The Jersey Shore Youth Football League champions, varsity champions 2023. It's an incredible thing, a really incredible thing. And it's amazing for me, and it feels really wonderful for me to stand up here because Coach Bobby Frederico was my Hawks varsity coach when we won the ACJFL championship in 2000 or so, 1999. So I know the feeling that you guys feel. It's an incredible feeling that day, but it doesn't come without a tremendous amount of work and time and dedication for you, your friends, your family, and everyone here who's supporting you. We thank you very much for all the cheerleaders that are here tonight, here cheerleading and supporting you guys every single step of the way, right? And all the parents, team member parents, coaches, anyone in the community. I think everybody saw the whole community really gets behind our sports teams, you know, every season, but this was a special season for the Hawks. You know, we had 3 teams that made it to the championship, and we had our varsity team who really brought it home. A 9-1 record over the course of the season, and ultimately beat Ventnor 36-22 in the final game. So that's a pretty commanding victory. So congratulations. All right, so what we're going to do, I'm going to stand here, I'm going to read this proclamation, and then we have a special guest who also has a proclamation for you. And this says, it is from the office of the mayor and town council of the town of Hammonton. It says, whereas the town of Hammonton values teamwork and sportsmanship, and whereas the Hammonton Hawks varsity football team is the 2023 Jersey Shore Youth Football League champions, and whereas the Hammonton Hawks varsity football team completed its 2023 season with a record of 9-1, and the team completed its 2023 season by advancing to the Jersey Shore Youth Football League Championship, where the varsity team commanded a 36-22 victory over Ventnor at Titus Field in Ventnor. And whereas the entire coaching staff, the Hawks varsity cheerleading squad and coaches, team member parents, families, Hammonton Hawks organization, and the Hammonton community were integral in supporting the team to victory through their unwavering support. And whereas winning the 2023 Jersey Shore Youth Football League Championship has brought honor to the town of Hammonton. So now therefore be it resolved that the mayor and council of the town of Hammonton, county of Atlantic, and the state of New Jersey do hereby recognize and express their congratulations to the Hammonton Hawks varsity football team on this day, the 18th day of December 2023. Congratulations. So I'm going to let you guys hold this because you guys are right in front. So you get to be the lucky ones who holds that. And I'd like to call up a special guest. Today we have Assemblyman Mike Teresi. here from the state, and he has a few words to say as well.
All right, thank you guys. You guys did a great job. I know, what year were you on, 2000? I think I was 1984, but we didn't win. But great job. I couldn't be prouder of the town of Hammonton. We have a rich history in all of our sports, and you kids are, I'm so proud of everything you've done. Now, a new thing I started this year is, instead of having one proclamation, I got a proclamation for everybody. An individual from the New Jersey State House with the state seal of New Jersey, signed by myself, our state senator Gene Stanfield, and Brandon Umba. The coaches, every coach, every player, and in here it has your name and your jersey number. So it's something you can have, hopefully, to keep and cherish, and part of a memory from such a wonderful town. I just want to say thank you to everybody, and I guess I'm not going to hand these out and read them now. I'll give them to Coach Federico. Before you leave, we'll get everything taken care of, and you guys look like you need a big picture with mayor and council here. But Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and great job, everyone.
So I'd like to call up head coach Bobby Federico for a few words. Coach?
Hey, Jonathan?
Yes.
If Coach Federico was your coach, and I think he was a senior when I was a freshman, he must be getting pretty old. Great.
I learned a lot from this guy.
Okay, thank you. Thanks to the mayor and council here for recognizing our young men. They put an awful lot of work into this, and you know, not every year we get this result, but more times than not we do, and it never gets old. And I just want to thank everybody for this. Quickly, you know, everybody that knows the Hawks knows it's a great organization. It's known throughout the county. You know, all the other teams, they want to emulate what we do, but it's not easy. And you know, nothing replaces hard work, and we do work the kids hard, and they can attest to that. They go home beat up every night, but they still come back the next night. So all the credit to them. We have from our top, Clarkey, Havermill, Anthony Mento, and all down on the board. Real quick, I want to introduce the coaches, because this isn't possible. They give up their time and their day and night to coach these young men. So firstly, they're not all here, but I'm going to announce them all. Mike Shabilia, Rick Ruberton, Dom Salvatore, Jay Costco, Todd Slowecki, J.R. Valerio, Anthony DeStasio, Peyton Lemunion, Frankie Lasasso the fourth, and my team mom, Cheryl Delgazzo. Thank you, guys. All right, real quick, we'll go right down the list here. First, Jack Beach. Could just raise your hand, guys. Angel Clybourne. Julian Temple. Cole Landicini. Matteo Perrone. Johnny DiGirolamo. Angelo Adrazone. Xander Ford. Jake Martino. Lucas Gingrich. L.J. Rosen. Chase Hoover. Brian Falciani. Parker Murray. Ian Landicini. Joe Scott. Logan Grasso. Cameron Page. Joey Maimone. Damian Spira. Shane Hindley. Roman Black. Shamik Coley. Matteo Ernie Spina. Sam Lampman. Jimmy Razzo. Chase Schmidt. Robbie Weisbecker. Rosme Santiago Rios Jr. Chase Lentz. Tyler Flickinger. Mauro Jacoby. Nate Lalo. Khalid Ali. No Castaneda. Jared Varelli. Bert Vogdes. Jose Rodriguez. Rigoberto Tremenino. I think I said that right. Christopher Ganal. Colin Peak. Luis Rivera. Teddy De Laurentiis. Tristan Futch. James Elliott. Anthony Lalo. And Eric Rodriguez. Did I miss anybody? Got everybody?
All right, so that was for our Hawks varsity players, and now we have our Hawks varsity cheerleaders as well, an integral part of every team. So thank you, Coach.
No problem. So really quick, I'll just go ahead and give a shout out to the coaches on varsity. So myself, Shayla Salter, and then co-head coach Tatum Banks. And then we have Christy Grasso. And then, of course, I have to acknowledge our junior coach, Jimmy, who's here. So, and then I'll go ahead and go down the list for our girls. I think everyone's here. Well, almost everyone. So Abigail Sowinski, Adriana Scipione, Alyssa Chavez, Angelina Vitarelli, Anna Vitarelli, Aubrey Venters, Aubrey Rosario, Ava Jo Singletary, Colby Yost, Emerson Coy, Gabby Cortez, Janelle Nardi, Julianne Clerk, Katarina Marchowski, Liliana Quinn, Marley Vages, Renaya Schuler, Swendy Ramirez, Taylor Grasso, and last but not least, Vivienne Demille. So, great job, girls. We're really proud of you.
Thank you.
3-minute recess. 3-minute recess.
So before we go, I just want to say congratulations again. This is what a tremendous amount of hard work and dedication looks like. And some of you will be here again next year. Some of you will be in high school, playing high school ball next year. Always take the same amount of time and dedication that you put into getting here today into everything you do. And I know each of you will be successful. So congratulations again. What we're going to do is we're going to take a couple pictures, take a 3-minute recess for the rest of the council meeting. They'll get us to take some pictures, and then we'll let everybody continue on with their night. So thank you very much and congratulations.
Okay, we have a couple more things to do while we're dispensing with the regular order of business. The first thing I want to do, though, is thank the firemen for their dedication to the town of Hammonton, for a volunteer organization last evening while everyone in Hammonton was asleep, 15,000 plus people. They were up at about 11 o'clock and they worked till daylight between transformer fires, trees down, directing traffic, help directing traffic, water rescues. We have one of the most spectacular volunteer fire departments in the state of New Jersey. And we are blessed, very, very blessed to have them. Last week they put on a tremendous parade and they did it with class and dignity. So I tonight take my hat off to the volunteers of the Town of Hammonton Fire Department, from the chief all the way down, and I say great job, nice going, gang, and God bless you, and thank you for keeping us safe. With that, I think Tom Gribben has a couple of presentations, and I have a few words to say about the police department.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. It's my honor to come up here tonight to honor a councilman that really is the definition of a public servant. I'm going to quote one of Ed's favorite authors, James Joyce, one of my favorites, who said that the actions of men are the best interpreters of their thoughts. And Ed's actions speak volume. He has dedicated a good part of his life to service, always trying to make his town, his hometown of Hammonton, a better place. And Ed, you have succeeded, and we are grateful. I am grateful for your friendship, for your leadership, and for being a mentor. I've had the opportunity to serve 4 years on council with you, but I know that I wouldn't be on council if not for Ed Woolerman, if not for Millie Woolerman. When I came to Hammonton...
Get the record straight.
Yes, it was Millie. It was Millie. But Ed played a big part of getting me involved in town. When I first came to Hammonton, I didn't know that many people. But one of the first people I met, in addition to Sam Rodeo and Johnny DiDonato, was Ed Woolerman. And Ed got me up to speed and got me acclimated here in town. And back then, it might not have seemed a lot, telling stories to some new guy in town, but it really meant a lot to me. And we have shared a lot of experiences together. I know we may not always agree on everything, but your friendship has been invaluable. And I know that everybody here on council shares in that. I'm sure that they will all have words to say. But I'd like to call you up here to bring you and present you with this plaque on behalf of Mayor and Council.
Thank you, Tom, and thank you all my colleagues on council. When I say from my heart, you really shouldn't have done this. You really shouldn't have done this, but I do appreciate it. It's been my honor and privilege to serve with all of you, and it's been my honor and privilege to serve on council for the citizens and the residents of the town. It's an experience I will never forget, and I am extremely grateful and thankful for that opportunity. Thank you very much.
Here's a plaque for you. On behalf of Mayor and Council, Councilman Ed Woolerman Jr.
Hey, grab the mic from me. What's the matter with it?
His dedication to the betterment of the town of Hammonton is unparalleled. His commitment to the town's water and sewer, business and industry, and law and order committees, along with his dedication to Main Street Hammonton, where he served as past president, has been exceptional. He has provided over 8 years of extraordinary leadership on town council and in many important areas of town government. Councilman Woolerman's experiences and wealth of knowledge gleaned as a past member of the New Jersey Pinelands Commission and the Hammonton Planning Board were invaluable assets which he shared on Town Council. He consistently brought keen insight to Town Council's decision-making process and never hesitated to ask tough questions. Councilman Woolerman spearheaded many projects and efforts to clean and preserve Hammonton's water supply, and he worked tirelessly to ensure that all town businesses were supported and their voices and concerns were always heard. As an actively involved member in the selection of the current town hall site, Councilman Woolerman has helped shape our town as we know it today. His devotion to our community has spanned decades, and Hammonton is a better place because of Ed Woolerman. We know that he will retain his passion for moving our town forward. In sincere appreciation for your hard work and service, the residents of the Town of Hammonton present you with this plaque, December 18th, 2023.
When I said you shouldn't have done it, you really should have. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Edward. Edward, you know, every time I think of Ed Woolerman, I think of, he tells me process. Steve, process is important. So Ed, I want to thank you for your leadership, because without you, I don't think I would have been the person I am today. I remember what you said to me in 2009, prior to running. You probably don't even remember. I remember almost everything you said to me. Sometimes when I'm going a little too fast, you try to slow me down. Sometimes I listen, sometimes I don't. But Ed Woolerman, you are a tremendous consigliere and a friend, and I thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Mayor. I appreciate that. And you're right about the process is a very important part of the whole deal. And I appreciate the opportunity I had to have served with you. I served with your brother. I think your family, as I said before, has contributed a great deal to this community, and I don't know if this community could ever repay everything that the DiDonato family gave to the community. So I thank you, and let's get on with the meeting.
All right.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Then
Go
we'll
ahead.
get on with the meeting.
Go ahead. I figured. I didn't. You weren't saying nothing.
I could say many lunches. They will continue. That's what I remember from the beginning in 2005. I knew Ed from the produce business prior, but after that we got to know each other very well. And the one thing I want to tell everyone is it's not easy to carry conversation with this guy, because every sentence there's two words and you're not sure what he's telling you, and you got to ask him, Ed, what's that mean? Ed, what's that mean? But other than that, we have talked about an odd couple. We have learned to become very good friends, I think, and really appreciate you and everything you've done here. And it's really been fun, and it'll continue. It'll continue for sure.
Well, I certainly hope so. And you know, this is just a stepping away. It's not a funeral.
Exactly. Exactly.
Let's sort of get on.
See you on the planning board in January, right?
That's up to the mayor.
Well, that's true. That's true.
Absolutely. He'll be, if he want, I would love him to continue to sit in that seat. Yes.
No, thank you.
See that? He couldn't say no after I said that.
I wouldn't.
All right. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Ed. All right.
Let's go.
I'm gonna let Ed's wishes move forward with the meeting, and I'm gonna take up my comments as part of my report, because you can't stop me then.
Okay.
So,
Thomas, if you want, you and the chief would like to come up. I believe we have a couple of new officers we'd like to, were approved and like to swear in.
We're going to have the chief say some comments about our officers that we're swearing in tonight.
First off, I'd like to say that I feel very happy and lucky to be able to keep diversifying our police department. One of the points that we have been weak on in our police staffing is having bilingual officers. And I am proud to be having sworn in 2 additional bilingual officers this evening. The first one that we're going to be swearing in is going to be Mr. Juan Guzman. Juan is coming to us as an officer from Gibbsboro Police Department. He's a longtime Hammonton area resident. He is also a firefighter. He is also a military person. So he is a person that certainly gives and gets involved. And I am grateful to be having him join our police department here. And I'll have our deputy mayor swear in Mr. Juan Guzman.
Thank you, Chief. Yes, if we could invite your family up.
You become, that's it, there you go. That's what he was trying to get you to do.
Repeat after me. I, Juan Guzman,
I, Juan Guzman,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all duties required of me
all duties required of me
as police officer,
as police officer,
effective December 11, 2023,
effective December 11, 2023,
for the town of Hammonton,
for the town of Hammonton,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
I further affirm
I further affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and state of New Jersey,
and state of New Jersey,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Good luck. Thank you.
The next officer that I'd like to welcome to our HPD staff cost me a little bit in our Chiefs Association because he did come from another Atlantic County police agency, but we got him fair and square. He was on our list. He was previously working for the city of Absecon, and he is also a lifelong Hammonton area resident. Also another bilingual officer, which is great because in our community and our diversity, we have expounded greatly in the number of people who speak Spanish. And I want to be receptive in our community and proactive, not just depend on people to constantly translate, but to have officers that fluently speak the Spanish language. I would like to call up Mr. Daniel Ramirez.
Thank you, Chief. So you ready? Yep. Okay, repeat after me. I, Daniel Ramirez,
I, Daniel Ramirez,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will faithfully,
that I will faithfully,
impartially,
impartially,
and justly perform
and justly perform
all duties required of me
all duties required of me
as police officer effective December 11, 2023,
as police officer effective December
11,
2023,
for the town of Hammonton,
for the town of Hammonton,
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
I further affirm
I further affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and state of New Jersey,
and the state of New Jersey,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. I want to thank the police department for last night also. They did a tremendous job under tough conditions. Again, last night they were working double duty. So we are very lucky between our police and fire to have such excellent employees and volunteers in the town of Hammonton. With these two officers, I believe this brings us to 33. The goal is to get to 34. So we're going to be hiring hopefully one more in the upcoming year. And then we'll have pretty much a full staff. Eventually, I think, though, the chief would like to go to 36. Once we got to 34, he says 36 is a better number, Steve. So we'll do the best we could. But thank you all. Congratulations. God bless and Godspeed. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Public to be heard on on anything. If the public would like to be heard on action items or anything while we're here real quick, then we'll keep moving. Seeing no one, I accept the motion, we'll close that public portion. Approval of the minutes of November 27th, regular and executive session.
So moved.
Griffin first.
Second, Mayor.
Second, Oliva. Discussion? All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Can I get a motion to open up for a public hearing on bond ordinance 024-2023 water tank painting, Lakeview Gardens drain line design?
Motion, Mayor.
For Jody first.
Second.
Second, Willerman, now open to the public. If anybody would like to be heard. Seeing no one, I'd accept the motion to close the public portion. Adopt and publish.
Motion, Mayor.
For Jody first.
Second.
Willerman second. Discussion. Roll call.
Councilperson Virgioni?
Yes.
Gribben?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Willerman?
Yes.
Mayor Donato?
Yes, motion carried. Get a motion to open up for public hearing for ordinance 025-2023, amending chapter 175-87 C and F.
Motion.
Willerman first.
Second, Mayor.
Oliva second. We're now open to the public if the public would like to be heard. Please, come on up.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Bear with me for a moment. Writer, not a speaker. Joe Bernardo, 314 West Pleasant Street. When ordinance number 25 of 2023 was introduced at the November 27th meeting, Councilman Oliva noted that the allowances for the total cumulative square footage of accessory structures would be a percentage of lot size. He said, and I quote, "A person that lives in a zone that may have a larger than the minimum lot size allotted in that zone would be allotted a larger footprint of accessory structure space. That's all that this is doing here. There's still a maximum." Mr. Mayor, you said, quote, "This actually gives more leniency to the residents, so we're trying to be more lenient and give them a little more rope, so to speak." For the R1 and R2 zones, that square footage amounts to 4% of the total lot area, or 700 square feet, whichever is less. Currently, in accordance with ordinance number 008 of 2021, adopted and published on July 26 of 2021, the total cumulative square footage for accessory structures in those zones is 400 square feet. The minimum lot size in both zones, according to Chapter 175, is 12,500 square feet. 4% of that would be 500 square feet, which would indeed be an increase and allow more leniency and a larger footprint. However, this ordinance does not take into account pre-existing undersized lots. I live in the R2 zone. My family has owned that land for almost 75 years. My grandfather bought it in February of 1949. My father bought it from him, and I bought it from my father. My lot is 5,000 square feet. For almost 72 years, my family has had no restrictions on the size of accessory structures. 2 years ago, we were limited to 400 square feet. Under this ordinance, if it is adopted and published as is, that number would be cut in half, and I would be limited to 200 cumulative square feet. That section of the R2 zone is old. Some of it was gridded out from parcels once owned by Reverend Passmore. Some was gridded out by Burns and Landis. Many of the lots on Grand Street, Orchard Street, Line Street, Monroe Avenue, Madison Avenue, Passmore Avenue, and Messina Avenue, the side in the R2 zone, are undersized. Not all, but many. This information is available on NJ Parcels, and I cross-referenced that with the zoning map available on the town's website. For those of us who live to choose in the older sections of the R2 zone, many of us living in homes that have been in our families for generations, we will, under this ordinance, find ourselves being further restricted, while others in the zone, those who live on lots that meet or exceed the minimum size, will find such restrictions being eased with a cumulative total of at least 500 square feet. I implore this body to reconsider and rewrite the language of this ordinance for reintroduction at a later date. I would suggest adding language to the appropriate subsections specifically addressing the matter for all zones, and for the R1 and R2 zones to the following effect. For pre-existing undersized lots, those under 12,500 square feet, 4% of the lot area or 500 square feet, whichever is greater, but in no case shall exceed 700 feet. This would create an equity among all lot owners in each zone and would not punish those of us who live in generational homes. I do hope that you will reconsider, and I thank you for taking the time to listen to me.
Thank you, Mr. Bernardo.
Thank you, Joe.
Okay. Any other discussion from the public? Seeing none, I would ask for a motion. Okay, so I have to do it this way. Ask for a motion to close the public portion, adopt and publish, and then we'll take it from there. But I have to do it that way.
Understood.
Motion for the public, please. I mean, from council, please. Excuse me.
Then we go to discussion?
And then we'll go to discussion.
Okay.
And then we can vote however you want to vote, but I have to close the public portion in that manner.
Okay, I'll make that motion to close public portion.
Oliva first.
I'll second it, Mayor.
Second, Woolerman. Discussion now.
Mayor, I recognize the challenge that this creates for existing undersized lots in specific zones. And to our solicitor, I don't believe section 175, 117H that we're also modifying or is on to modify tonight. I don't believe that covers what Mr. Bernardo spoke of, and that in the event this were to pass as written, it would restrict.
It would reduce.
It would reduce.
Yeah. From what's current, the current ordinance standards are, it would reduce the size of the accessory structure on there. We can put in a provision regarding undersized lots in those zones.
Mm-hmm.
And we can amend it. If we do that amendment, it's a material amendment, so we would have to reintroduce and amend it and then reintroduce the ordinance January. I would
Okay.
suggest, so with the holiday and everything, reintroducing it if we're going to amend it, introduce it at a regular meeting in January, not at our reorganization meeting in January.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, one other question. Once, Mr. Rodeo and I went to planning board last week. Once the master plan is adopted, there's going to be a slew of ordinances that have to square up the master plan, so to speak. Even if this is put off until January, is this going to be one of those ordinances that's going to be re-affected by the final decision of the master plan?
I don't believe I don't believe so. That talking with chairman and our construction office, that these are the impact. These are the important pieces and the impacts that they need, or the modifications of the ordinance that they need. So I don't expect to. However, that will be at the discretion of the board. If the board does come through and say that they want to see additional modifications, I can't predict what the board will say. I don't expect it, but I can't guarantee it.
The reason we were moving this along is, okay, right now, correct me if I'm wrong, Councilman Oliva, we have a height problem.
Correct.
For a rancher in R1 right now, an auxiliary building has to be half of the height?
Half. So a 16-foot rancher is capped at 8 feet.
Why don't we can move forward with removing number 2 of the ordinance and just number 1C deals with the
Approve is
height.
part 1.
Part 1, subsections 175-87C deals with the height of accessory buildings.
Okay.
If we want to address the height of the accessory building, and that's what we want to, we can limit it to address the height through 1C and remove the amendments to chapter 175-87F at this time until we can amend it and get language that sufficiently protects existing undersized lots in those zones. So if the concern is height, we can just deal with the height.
It was more height than space.
Than anything
it
else.
was,
So if we want, we can still move forward and address the height aspect.
Space is important, but this is bringing up some, it's a valid argument, for lack of a better word. You didn't make an argument, it was very professional, but we had some unintended consequences.
Yep, and I agree.
That we didn't realize, in all honesty.
Agree that it could probably, in just a few words, be modified to incorporate lots like Mr. Bernardo's and others in the community that may have less than the allotted square footage in their zones.
Okay, so would Oliva and Woolerman amend their motion to doing number 175 chapter C. Would you both amend your motion?
And
Doing
then-
a height only,
And eliminate number 2.
and eliminating number 2, 175 chapter F.
And then we can work with our solicitor to appropriately structure that for
A later date.
a January or later.
Or a later date, but at least it addresses the immediate concern regarding the height.
Councilman Oliva,
I believe that's more of the bottleneck at the construction office then.
would you amend your first?
I would amend my first.
Councilman Woolerman?
Second, we don't have to worry about any advertising implications of amending the ordinance.
We can remove and delete a section of the ordinance. We can't materially change any wording or aspect of the ordinance. So that's why we can't add the language today regarding the protection for existing non-conforming uses, or lots, excuse me, because that would be a material change. But we can move forward. We've heard no public testimony regarding the amendment to 175-87C. We're not making any changes to that amendment, so we can move forward, eliminate number 2, and just move forward with the amendment dealing with the height of accessory structures.
Okay. Just one question, if I can, of Mr. Bernardo. You own 2 lots there, right?
I do, yes.
You do. So is the lot that your house is on, is that a standard, does that meet the size requirement of the zoning ordinance now?
No.
It doesn't.
5,000 square feet.
It's 5,000 square feet.
If I were to combine both.
Joe, I'm sorry, would you mind so people can hear you? That's okay.
Councilman Willerman, no. My house is at 314 and it is 50 by 100.
Right.
The lot next to me on the corner, 316, is also 50 by 100.
Right.
Were I to go through the process to combine both lots, I would still be undersized for the district. And if you look on tax maps, there are many lots in my neighborhood that are 50 by 100.
Right. Okay.
Any other questions?
Yeah, that.
If you want to just stand up, give us a minute till we vote in case anybody else has questions.
Sure.
Anybody else have a question?
The only other thing I'll say is I started diving into the master plan a little bit, albeit it's extensive. I didn't get that far, but as it relates to this item specifically, I think a couple things should happen regarding accessory structures, especially sheds. Number 1, I think there should be a standard size where you don't need to go through all the rigmarole that we make residents go through. Number 2, the setbacks are different in different zones. We should have 1 setback for sheds on every zone. Pick a number, 2 feet, 3 feet, 2.5 feet. Right now, it's all over the place. So that doesn't add up in my mind. That's something that we're going to need to really square up when we get deeper into this master plan. Just my thoughts going forward.
Okay. Any additional discussion? Now we have a first and a second on taking, let's go over it one more time until we be methodical. On ordinance 25, 2023, amending chapter 175-87C, number 1 only.
Yep.
We have a first and a second. Additional discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Joni?
Yes.
Gribbin?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Woolerman?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato?
Yes, motion carried. Mr. Bernardo, thank you for your time and thank you for pointing out that very important fact.
Mayor and council, thank you. And if I may have just one more second of your
Yes,
time
sir.
for one final note. The ordinance was introduced orally at November 27th and was not included on the agenda released by the town. Tonight's agenda, as of 2 minutes ago, is still not available on the town's website, and as such, the language of the ordinance is not readily available for the general public. In point of fact, while they have been shared on Facebook, the most recent agenda posted to the town's website was for the July 24th, 2023 meeting, meaning that the public at large who are not on Facebook has no access to them and thus has no way to prepare adequate public comment for any issues or action items for the last 5 months.
They're always posted on the website. I could check with Denise, but she always posts them on the website.
I just checked when we sat down.
There's got to
frankly.
be then there's got to be somewhere she's posting because I know it's on our.
When you click under meetings, government, meetings, agendas, minutes, and so forth, you click on agendas, 2023 agendas. The most recent agenda there is July 24th.
Yeah, but I think that's because they don't post the agendas until everything's finalized. There's another spot on there that shows the
Yeah,
agendas coming forward. That is archived once all the minutes are passed, so that's a few months behind. but there should be another spot
Yeah,
on the website
yeah.
that gives you the current month's agenda.
She posted, as soon as I sent it on Friday, she always posts it the same day on our website.
Okay, then I stand corrected.
No, you don't have to stand corrected.
Yeah, I'll-
Why don't you do this? Why don't you, if you get a chance, Denise is out for a couple of days, not feeling well. Why don't you give her, after the holidays, if you want to touch base and just go over with her. Let's make sure we dot our i's and cross our t's.
If you go to the calendar, click on council meeting.
Oh, it's under the calendar.
You go to the calendar, click on the date,
Ah, yeah,
Okay.
I would have assumed it was under
No,
agendas.
that's always going to be a
Yeah.
few months behind on the
All right.
archival.
Fair enough?
Fair enough. Thank you all very much for your time and attention. I appreciate it.
Thank you. And Mayor, what we can do is we can, I can work with Denise to having it posted on like the notes or like new information
Right,
part of
we
the
put it somewhere
website.
else where it's easier to
So then this
find. That's no
way-
problem.
Yeah, so in this way, anytime there's a new agenda or there's new meeting minutes, it gets posted directly to that spot. And then this way, at least it's front and center.
Yep. Merry Christmas, no problem, Joe. Take care.
Merry Christmas. Okay. Can I get a motion to open up for a public hearing for 026-2023, amending chapter 175-117H?
Motion, Mayor.
I live a first.
Second.
Second, Gribbin. We're now open to public, if anybody would like to be heard. Seeing no one, I make a motion to close the public portion, adopt and publish.
Motion, Mayor.
Oliva,
Second.
Gribbin, discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Fajoni?
Yes.
Gribbin?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Willerman?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato?
Yes, motion carried. We'll jump over to administration, Deputy Mayor Gribbin, committee reports.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I know we're going to try to keep our report short tonight, so.
You're done then, right? Are you done?
Yeah. I will just note for council that the administration committee met on December 13th. No action items have come from that meeting, but I will note very importantly that two longtime town employees are hanging it up and retiring, and I know that we'll be accepting their retirement notices formally under the town clerk's report. But I want to note that our police records employee Danielle Nato, who's been with the town for 26?
Yeah, it's about 26 years.
26 years, is going to be retiring later this year, or I'm sorry, later next year. And on January 1st, our longtime municipal court judge, Judge Frank Razzo, who has served our town for well over 30 years, is going to retire effective New Year's Day. I want to thank both of them. I know that I speak for all of Mayor and Council when I say thank you for your years of service to your fellow Hammontonians. It has been it's been our honor. You've done a tremendous job, and you will be hard to replace. We thank you again. I would like to close my report by wishing all of our residents a very Merry Christmas, a Happy Holidays, and a very Happy New Year. It's been truly an honor to serve on council. I look forward to serving again next year, and again to my good friend Ed Willerman. Thank you.
2 more years.
Yeah, 2 more years. Thank you. Yes, yeah.
Business and industry, thank you, Deputy Mayor Gribbin.
Thank you, Mayor.
Business and industry, Councilman Willerman.
Thank you, Mayor. I think somebody wrote, he does thou protest too much. But notwithstanding that, the business and industry report is going to be quite short. The only real significant thing to report is that we did have the approval at the last planning board of Harbor Freight. I think we got a very good review out of that, and a very significant change to some of the things that they initially proposed. I think you're going to see some changes there with respect to the sign and what's going to be done to the sign for the shopping center. Hopefully that'll happen within a year of their certificate of occupancy. I know they want to open as quickly as possible. I think we resolved an issue with what they're going to be doing and when they're going to be doing their unloading. And to Councilman Oliva's credit, we are going to have the sidewalk extended in the shopping center. We got the agreement and concurrence from the shopping center owner to take the sidewalk even further than what the proposed shopping center is going to do across the street, so that it will extend in a westerly fashion to the second entrance closest to the stream corridor there. And so you will be seeing those changes very shortly, and I know that Harbor Freight is anxious to get the doors open, and you should see that soon. That entire shopping center now is populated with businesses that are national franchises. So I think that's a great omen for Hammonton. And with that, I will conclude my report. And again, thank you very much for everything you said tonight and the accolades. And thank you, Hammonton, for the privilege and honor of serving on council.
Thank you, Councilman Woolerman. We'll jump over to Quality Life. Councilman Oliva.
Thank you very much, Mayor. One additional note from the planning board, as Councilman Forgione had mentioned, the master plan draft, the draft version of the master plan, that is really the starting point for discussion, is available on the town website. If you go to the joint land use section, and then right from the joint land use section, you'll see 2023 draft master plan. Anyone in the community can take a look at it. We'll also be posting it on Facebook. But the first reading of that, or at least to just talk through the process of the review and deep diving and how the board is going to move forward with it, that happened on 12/13. The board is scheduling a series of meetings to work through the draft and ultimately make a recommendation. There will be discussions either on the back end of existing meetings or a number of special meetings that will be put together to work through the plan and make the appropriate recommendations. With respect to events around town, the holiday season is pretty busy. There's 3 big ones that are coming up. Our third Thursday, Jingle, Mingle, and Kringle, that is this Thursday at 5 p.m. downtown. And then 2 on New Year's Eve. We have obviously our New Year's Eve bash. That will be at 11 p.m. at Town Hall. That's on New Year's Eve. And then there's also the Noon Year's Eve. That is from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. That is here at Town Hall. It is sponsored by the Town of Hammonton, Hammonton Drug Alliance, and Groovy Kids. It's an opportunity for parents and kids to come and celebrate the new year at a time when your little ones may be awake. My little ones seem to veto bed at this point, so they're awake pretty late. But if you're still go to bed at a normal time, it's a nice time to get out and spend some time with friends and family. So thank you very much to the Hammonton Drug Alliance and the Groovy Kids for always working to put that together. This is the 3rd year that they put that on, and the last 2 have been very nice. And lastly, as I close, Mayor, I would just also like to say a very big thank you to Councilman Woolerman. Ed, you've always been there when I was looking for perspective or when I was looking for understanding. And there are a lot of times with respect to either planning board or council decisions that we were made where I'm looking for some history or the who, what, where, the why things are the way that they are, and general understanding, and Ed was always quick to provide that understanding for me. And I've learned a tremendous amount from you over the course of the last 2 years, and I know that that will continue, and you'll keep me straight on planning board. And I appreciate it. I appreciate your mentorship and your friendship more. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Jonathan, and please understand that the feeling is very, very mutual. I appreciate your expertise, your dedication, and drive. I wish every member of council could match that.
Thank you. And Mayor, with that, I'd just like to close by saying Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and a very prosperous New Year to all in Hammonton. And thank you very much. That concludes my report.
Thank you very much. We'll jump to education. And Councilperson Rodeo.
Thank you. The board will be reorganizing on the 2nd of January at 6 o'clock in the Hammonton High School Library. The Hammonton High School Winter Music Event is on the 19th of December at the high school, of course. The middle school strings concert will be on the 20th of December at 7 o'clock at the middle school. And just a reminder that the Blue Devil Winter Sports are off and running, and if you're interested, you can go on the HammontonAthletics.com website for more information. The superintendent search is ongoing. Applications must be submitted by the 15th of January. And lastly, as far as education, many of our students are in need this holiday season. We encourage residents to donate to the Blue Devil pantries at each school. Winter coats and warm clothing are needed. You can contact a building principal or the superintendent's office or a board member for more information. And lastly, I would also like to thank Ed as the newest person on council for modeling such professional behavior. And I've appreciated the period of time I have worked with you, even though it's been limited. And other than that, I would like to wish everybody a happy new year, a healthy new year, Merry Christmas, and happy holidays. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you very much, Councilwoman Rodeo. Public Works and Transportation, Councilman Rodeo.
Thank you, Mayor. We do have an action item, but it'll come up under resolutions. And I know Mr. Batiste will be speaking about it in his report. It has to do with Myrtle Street, another piece of a road that we're going to try to get reconstructed and taken care of. Other than that, I'll make my report very short. I could tell everyone this, that the leaves are getting done. I'm going to talk on top of Mr. Batiste's report also when the time comes. But we are getting very much along. They're not in maybe their last pass, but it's really been getting cleaned up. And as long as the weather holds out for us, we'll be fine there. Anything else I'll leave for when Mr. Batiste speaks. And I also would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and happy holidays like everyone else, and into the new year, and everybody enjoy and be safe New Year's Eve. And I think there's still something going on. No, wait, it's not going on anymore. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah. On New Year's Eve. Yeah, so everyone that wants to come out, nobody mentioned that yet.
The blueberry drop?
Yeah. Come on. Right? Did anybody drop? Nobody said nothing yet?
I just said New Year's Eve here, but I didn't give Tom his big
I want
show,
to give
'cause I
Tom
did
a
last
little bit of
month.
line, Tom.
Thank
right?
you. I can always count on
you still have your
Councilman.
partner? Is your partner
Right.
still with you?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so there you go. Good luck that night, and it's a lot of fun, as long as the weather holds out for us that night.
Thank you.
Enjoy. Everyone, Merry Christmas.
All right.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Rodeo. Water and Sewer, Councilman Fagioni.
Thank you, Mayor. I have one action item this evening that I'll elaborate on. I just also want to echo everyone's sentiments here. I wanted to personally thank Mr. Willerman on behalf of the town and the residents for your guidance over the last few years. There's really only a couple of people who fully grasp the water sewer, just because, you know, if you're not in it every day, it kind of escapes you. And I've called Ed more times than I can count to ask him for help on this. He's extremely knowledgeable. He's always helped. Our 7 a.m. phone calls are always the best. I don't know how many other people he calls at 7 a.m., but we talk a lot, and I appreciate it. And I sincerely want to thank.
He waits till 7 for you.
He does. Well, I get a text earlier.
6:30 and it's the mayor.
Yeah. And so I want to thank Ed again, and I appreciate it. And I know I'll be coming to you when I have questions. And I just want to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year as well. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman Fagioni. Chief, you're up. I want to give us a quick law and order. Remember, the Eagles are coming on. Don't go long-winded tonight, Chief.
Make it super quick. First off, just again, want to thank everyone in the community for coming together for a wonderful Christmas parade. We had outside help from the Office of Homeland Security. We had our Sheriff's Department. We had our Police Department to ensure that all of our community residents and those coming to our Christmas parade were safe and sound. We are up to 119 DWIs for the year. So again, just reminding motorists of our community and those traveling through our community, we are participating in the Drive Sober or Get Pulled Over. Please don't make us more than 120 for the rest of the year. But if you are going to go out, please make sure you have a designated driver or have alternate plans of not driving yourself. The life that you save may be your own, your family, your friends, or it could also mean your license and your ability to get around. Again, thank you to Mayor and Council for bringing in 2 more officers this evening. It's greatly appreciated. And again, Mr. Woolerman, Councilman Woolerman, thank you for all the assistance and help that you've provided and guidance as our Law and Order Committee council person. You will definitely be missed, especially during the interviews. You always have some poignant points and questions to ask our prospective candidates, and your expertise and knowledge base will certainly be missed. Other than that, again, as Councilman Oliva and our Deputy Mayor pointed out, and also Councilman Rodeo, we have our our New Year's Eve event that we'll be having. The format of it's going to change up outside a little bit for safety reasons, so we'll hope that everyone is going to follow the floor plan that we have going out there. We'll be shutting down a couple roadways to make a safe venue for us to rock in the new year with our blueberry drop. Other than that, that's everything for the end of the year, sir.
Thank you, Chief. Thank you very much. Great job. Mark Herman, engineer.
Sir, thank you, Mayor. I have no action items in my report today, so pretty brief as well. Unless you have any questions for me, I'm certainly happy to ask, but answer them. But other than that, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and there's been looking forward to the future with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Herman.
That's a guy who wants to see the Eagles game right there.
Mr. Solicitor, Mr. Malinsky.
All right, I have two things to discuss in my report. First action item is on November 29, 2023. Judge Blee issued an open letter to stakeholders regarding the Atlantic County Central Municipal Court and Hammonton Joint Municipal Court, proposed Brigantine Ventnor Municipal Court, and the newly formed Atlantic City Pleasantville Joint Municipal Court. As you know from that letter, he denied the formation of the Ventnor Brigantine Municipal Court. He denied Mays Landing and Northfield coming over to Hammonton, and he approved Pleasantville and Atlantic City merging. In essence, he denied anyone that was part of the Atlantic County Central Municipal Court from leaving, and approved a joint municipal court of two municipalities that are currently not part of the Central Municipal Court. There are four deficiencies, I feel, with Judge Blee's open letter and opinion, as set forth in more detail in my November 29th email to council and discussed in close. In essence, the decision completely ignored Hammonton's operations plan and agreements with Northfield and Mays Landing. As such, I'm seeking authority from Mayor and Council to appeal Judge Blee's decision. And I've already spoken with the solicitor for Northfield and also with the representatives from Mays Landing. And my understanding is both municipalities are on board and ready, willing, and able to join this appeal and are behind us on this appeal.
Okay, who would like to make a motion to give Mr. Malinsky the right to appeal this decision?
So moved, Mayor.
Cribben first.
Second, Mayor.
Oliva second. Discussion.
And Mr. Malinsky, this will be covered under your base rate, assuming this doesn't get too out of control?
The appeal?
Yes.
No, the appeal would be litigation.
Okay. Let's try to put some
But
cost
it's,
to it as we get moving.
everything's done. The record's not, this isn't a trial or anything of that nature.
All right, fair enough.
Everything related to the solar is covered under my base rate.
Well, thank you.
And everything related to this, up to this point in negotiation, everything was related to my base rate.
All right.
Additional discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Fagioni?
Yes.
Gribben?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Woolerman?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato?
Yes, motion carried.
Next thing I have is dealing with the solar farm at the 8th Street landfill. As Mayor and Council is aware, for the last several years we've been negotiating with various entities to construct a minimum 10 megawatt DC solar farm on the 8th Street landfill. We've had many entities approach the town. We had it narrowed down to 4, and right now there's 4 entities. Out of those 4, they were all relatively close. We had CS Energy that was at $21,534,636.79 monetary value to the town. All Season Solar of $21,300,536 monetary value to the town, and Equals Energy at $21,290,000 of monetary value to the town. We did have a 4th entity intersect. However, recently there were amendments to their agreement, which their term was 20 years less than the other entities, and their monetary value to the town was only reduced to $9,050,000, which was $12,240,000 less than the three other entities. The three entities, CS Energy, All Season Solar, and Equals, that are all close in numbers, basically have the same benefits. The one thing that separates CS Energy from the other entities is the management and what they're looking to do with regard to the steps needed for the remediation of the landfill. Specifically, they are willing to be responsible for site investigation, preparation of grant applications for the town to submit, preliminary permitting, preparation of landfill closure plan, instead of the town being responsible for that, obtaining the permits for landfill closure, finalizing and securing grant funding, implementation of landfill closure and remedial action work plan, hiring and paying the LSRP, hiring and paying environmental contractor, hiring its own engineers and professionals to prepare the landfill closure permits and handle all permits. With that, I'd like to seek authority for mayor and council to finalize the agreements, and actually it doesn't need to be in the form of resolution, but just your consent to invite CS Energy to come make a presentation at the January meeting and hopefully negotiate and finalize the agreement with them between now and then, so that at the January meeting after the presentation, if council is so inclined, we can have them make their presentation to the public, and if council is so inclined afterwards, have a motion to execute a development agreement.
Okay. Could I get a motion to give Michael authority to finalize the arrangements and set up a presentation in January?
I'll make that motion.
Rodeo first, or rodeo first.
I'll second that motion, Mayor.
Oliva second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Councilperson Fajoni?
Yes.
Gribben?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Woolerman?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato?
Yes, motion carried. Does that complete your
Other than that-
mission tonight?
That's it. Other than that, I wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday.
Thank you very much, Mr. Solicitor. Mr. Batiste, you're up.
Thank you. Just informational purposes, the road program for 2023 by Arawak is basically completed. The cost came in $33,000 less than was originally under the contract value. We're moving those funds over to help to pay for the Myrtle Street project. And the final payment's up for consideration.
Okay.
Myrtle Street, we took the bids on the 13th of December. We had one responder back, Arawak Paving Company. We're recommending, and a resolution of award will be up later on the agenda for the base bid in the amount of $192,900. And that work will be done next year in the spring. Informational item on the lake level. We had a discussion at the PWTC, and just to reinforce, we're going to abide by the permit that was issued by the state of New Jersey associated with the lake remaining low at its present level until February 12th, and then we'll start adding boards at that point, because the permit also recommends or mandates that the full lake level has to be up by March 1st. And it's got to be gradual, so that's why we're starting a 3-week period or 2-week period prior to the March date. Informational items, safe routes to schools. The contractor, GPI, is going to be completing probably in January, maybe February, some in accordance with the Pinelands requirements for stormwater recharge. We have to provide stormwater recharge along the route where the sidewalk is going to be constructed. They're going to do it in a number of different ways, but they need the soil borings, the soil probes, and the permeability tests along that route. So they'll be completing those probes during the first part of next year, and then give that information, and we'll keep the council informed of that progress. Lastly, for December and January, the schedule for bulky waste would be the 2nd of January through the 5th, which is the first week in January. Brush pickup would be the second full week in January, which would be the 8th through the 12th. County recycling, actually it's the week of December 26th through the 29th, and then they go into the 8th through the 12th of January, and the 22nd through the 26th of January. Christmas Day, normal pickup will be, since that's a Monday, that'll be on Tuesday, the 26th. Same thing with the town. The normal pickup for Monday, the 25th, will occur on Tuesday, the 26th. And same thing with New Year's Day. The New Year's Day pickup on the 1st will be on the 2nd, and that would be Tuesday. As was indicated before, the leaf pickup will be continuing. The rains has set us back a little bit, but Scott had indicated he's going to get everything done as quickly as possible, and he's done a tremendous or yeoman's job, up to this point to keep everything, cleaned. Just one last thing, I'd also like to thank Eddie Willerman. I've known Eddie for quite a few years, and his dad, to that effect, and he's a tremendous asset for the town of Hammonton. And I called on Eddie numerous times, like everyone else has, just to get his advice and bounce things off of him. And he's always open for that phone call and for that discussion that occurs. And I appreciate everything that Eddie has done for me in form of guidance.
Thank you, Bobby.
That's it. Or Happy New Year and Merry Christmas for everyone.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you very much. Mr. Zuber, bring us home. Get us to the Eagles game, Mr.
Thank you,
Zuber.
Mayor. Under the town clerk's report, we have 3 items. Number 1 is approve final payment for accrued sick and vacation time to Juan Alvarez in the amount of $15,038.34. Number 2, accept retirement of Danielle Nato from her position in police records that will be effective August 1st of 2024. Number 3, accept retirement of Judge Frank Razzo from his position as Joint Municipal Court Judge for the Town of Hammonton. That also will be effective January 1st of 2024. Approval as read.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Gribben first.
Second, Mayor.
Olivas second. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Virgioni?
Yes.
Gribben?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Woolerman?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato.
Yes, motion carried.
Approval of bill list?
So moved.
Gribben first.
Second, Mayor.
Olivas second. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Virgioni?
Yes.
Gribben?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Woolerman?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato.
Yes, motion carried.
Resolutions. We have Resolution 161 of 2023. This is approved tax, water, and sewer refunds. Resolution 162, approval of various refunds. Resolution 163, this is the award for the 4th Street water tank.
Let's do that one separate, Frank.
Do that separate?
Yeah,
Sure.
do that separate.
Yeah, do that separate.
Okay. Resolution 164 is a 159 budget addition. That's for rural development grant in the amount of $36,000. This is for a feasibility study for a hotel in downtown. Resolution 165, award base bid to Arawak for Myrtle Street. And as Bobby mentioned earlier, that base bid is $192,900. Number 166, budget transfers. Approval as read.
Motion from council, please.
I'll make that motion, Mayor.
Oliva first.
Second.
Second, R. Rodeo. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Virgioni?
Yes.
Gribben?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Woolerman?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato.
Yes on everything with the exception of 162. It says Vision Investments. I'm not sure that's Vision Properties, or I just don't want to. Motion carried.
And you want to go back to
I don't
resolution?
know if it's my brother or not, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I don't know if Vision Properties, Vision Investments, but it's close.
Go back to resolution 163?
Yep. 163. Can I get a motion on the floor for it?
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to award the 4th Street tank painting to Dynamic Sandblasting and Painting Company. Total amount $1,737,000. This includes a base bid of $1,699,000 and the alternate for $38,000. Total award $1.737 million.
Virgioni first.
Second.
Second, Woolerman.
Mayor, a few things here with this, just so everyone's brought up to speed. For starters, the second place bidder contested the bid. We went through an extensive process to to vet the low bidder to make sure they are compliant. Mr. Malinsky's reviewed their paperwork. We had a meeting with them last week, and we are, along with our tank consultant, and we feel confident that the low bidder can do the work. A couple of things that came out of the initial meeting. One is probably do a mid-January start after the estoppel period on the bond. They're looking at substantial completion, weather pending, probably by Memorial Day. They will do scaffolding on the entire tower. They will tarp the entire tower. They're going to try to work in a sequence so that they can finish the inside and the outside of the bowl. We can hopefully get that water back in April and then finish the rest of the site. The alternate that we're requesting here this evening is for $38,000. That's going to get you an installation of a power vent and also a camera system so we can see what's going on in the tank. That's what that alternate is for. We want to set up a meeting as soon as the paperwork is initiated to go over concrete scheduling. We're going to loop the school in with that. We've asked that they give us 2-week, not only progress reports, but 2-week in advance reports so we can keep the school in the loop since it is on, well, it's our property, but it's adjacent to the school. The other part of this is we've had ARH review above ground temporary storage. We're finalizing how many gallons of above ground storage we need. However, we're going to send a notice and ask for a meeting with the school to request the space we need. Right now, we're going to work on the footprint of the space for the above ground storage and then work on exactly what we need. I think I said enough.
Yeah, just to address the issue with the challenge that was briefly brought up. On November 2nd, 2023, the next bidder, U.S. Tank Painting Inc., did send correspondence challenging the bid. The substance of their challenge was they claimed Dynamic did not meet one of the specifications, specifically the specification that says all cleaning and painting work shall be performed by a firm having at least 5 years successful experience in the elevated tank painting field and shall have performed specified type cleaning and painting on at least 5 elevated tanks with capacity equal to or greater than 1 million gallons. Dynamic, that is correct. Dynamic was formed on January 2nd, 2019. So the firm itself does not meet that 5-year requirement. However, the principal / owner / member of Dynamic Sandblasting and Painting provided a certification indicating that he has over 25 years of successful experience in the elevated tank painting field. He's performed the type of cleaning and painting called for in Hammonton's bid specifications on at least 25 elevated tanks with a capacity equal to or greater than 1 million gallons and a bottom capacity level of 75 feet or greater throughout his 25 plus years of experience, which is what our specifications require. And again, he has 25 years of successful experience in elevated tank cleaning and painting. So although his business has been around for 4 years, 11 months, and 16 days, and he's just short of the 5-year requirement. And by the way, he will be directly involved in all aspects of the work on the Town of Hammonton 4th Street tank repairs. The challenge is really one of form over substance. Specifically, although Dynamic itself does not have 5 years of experience, again, its member, principal, owner has over 25 years of experience. As such, Dynamic brings to the project over 25 years of experience through its member. I think that satisfies the specification and any concern that if we were to award the bid to Dynamic, that this project would not get done. I think it addresses that concern, and in essence, the certification provides assurance that the contract will be performed in accordance with the specifications. Moreover, another challenge was related to the projects completed by Dynamic Sandblasting and Painting. I received confirmation from Dynamic that all of the projects listed in the projects completed by Dynamic Sandblasting and bidding supplied with the bid are projects that were actually completed by Dynamic only. So with that, again, I don't think this is a waivable alleged defect, and based on the certification from the principal and the email confirmation regarding the work done, I think the town has no issue with regard to awarding this bid to Dynamic.
Okay. So we have first and a second. Opinion first, solicitor. Anybody else?
Just one question. These bids were itemized, correct?
Yes, correct. There was,
Did everyone have enough? I mean, we have a range of prices here. I mean, was it supplies? Was it materials? Was it
off
labor?
the top of my head, I don't know, but we did have a tank specialist, our engineer, I guess, that's overlooking this project, review them all.
So,
But I don't know exactly what the
sorry,
difference was.
Mr.
Go ahead. No,
Sorry,
go ahead.
Allied is the company who did the tank painting on Lincoln Street, and I had our tank consultant ask them, because I thought they were excellent. They did a great job. There was a complicated job, and their answer was, we're busy. So I think what you're seeing in some of these higher numbers are guys who have work. It seems like this, the dynamic, this company, I think they're hungry. I asked specifically our tank consultant, they're gonna run this job. I said, so if there's an objection, you're gonna get stuck with this. So what are we doing here? And he said they've worked with them on countless projects. They've never had an issue with them. Their only complaint would be is you can't really rein these guys in. Once you cut them loose, they wanna work. They don't wanna stop. In terms of us, it's good because we're up against a time frame, working through the winter. However, if it's too cold, they can't paint, then they can't paint, they can't paint. But in terms of them gung-ho and getting going, they want to go. I mean, that's the impression you guys got too?
Yep, they were,
So.
yep.
Okay. Additional discussion. Roll call, please.
Councilperson Virgioni?
Yes.
Gribben?
Yes.
Oliva?
Yes.
R. Rodeo?
Yes.
S. Rodeo?
Yes.
Woolerman?
Yes.
Mayor DiDonato.
Yes, motion carried.
And that concludes my report, Mayor. I just wanted to thank Ed also for his advice and help throughout the years, and I'd also like to thank him for the chance you took 17 years ago on the best employee ever hired. just kidding, just kidding. But thank you very much for everything you did, Ed. I appreciate it. I'm sure I'll see you around.
Yeah.
And that concludes my report, Mayor.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
If anybody from the public like to be heard? Seeing no one, I'd accept the motion to adjourn and wish everybody in Hammonton a Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy, and prosperous New Year.
So moved, Mayor.
Woolerman first.
Last time.
Second.
Our rodeo beach too.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, all in favor? Aye. Good night, Hammonton. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.